Hello friends, welcome to Ease My Production. Today I am going to show you how to make a bill of material of an item. So first of all, we go to the masters, we go to items and choose the item. I have chosen this item desk study, for which I am going to make the bill of material. So this is the table for which I am going to create the bill of material. So this item is already made, and we have also created the variants for this. So this table will have a length of 900, 1050, 1200, 1350, and depth will be 500 by 600, 500 and 600. And these are the color options: Vangue and Maldu Acacia Dark. So we have already created the variants for this. All these combinations are already here, as you can see. And now let us go and make the bomb. So we will first make it editable. Now here you can see configure attributes. So these are the attributes: X, which is length, Y, which is depth, and color 1 as color. So these are the attributes of this particular table. So the beauty of Ease My Production is that for a configurable item you just need to create bomb once and use variable formulas to calculate length, width and height, and also the applied color, and the system will automatically create material requirements, costing for all its variants. So that this eases our task to a very great extent. Instead of making bill of material for 100 of items, now you just create bill of material for one item and the system will do the rest for you. So let me show you how. So here I have already raw material and sub-assemblies I have already created. So for this table I will use a top of 25 mm, and you can see I have already created a 25 mm sub-assembly with PVC edge applied on the edges. So I will choose this one. Now I will use 18 mm board for the understructure. So here sub-assembly of 18 mm PLPV board with PVC lipping has already been created. Now as you can see, we have a modesty also, so I will add a modesty. And then we may be requiring, let us see, some screws. Now let us start making the bill of material. This sub-assembly is of 25 mm is a complete top. This is a board which has been edge banded, which makes a sub-assembly. So now first field we have to fill is allow sub-assembly manufacturing. Now suppose you already make tops and store them in your store, and from the store you want to use those, then in that case you don't need to manufacture these sub-assemblies. But if you want to manufacture it at the time of manufacturing this table, then you choose yes. And now we name this component, we call it top, and now we have to give the values for length, width and height. Now as you can see that in my configurable attribute, x I have taken as length, y I have taken as depth. So I will say length is my x, and here we can give mathematical formulas. Now x is my variable for length, and now y is my variable for depth. So my top size is x and y, and then orientation is the orientation for the grain. I want to use horizontal grain, so I specify 1, and color. Now here you can see, if you don't need any color, you can choose none. Any color, color 1. Color 1 is this one, the attribute which we have chosen with the product, in the product configuration. So we want to apply the color of the table, so we'll choose color 1 and I will say quantity 1, and then matched you see it's in numbers. Now we do for the other item. Again we want to manufacture this subassembly. We say its sides. Now as you can see in the picture for this table, let us say this table is of height 750 mm. So length, since we have not defined the height here, so we'll use the absolute values. So 750 minus 25, it could be 725 mm. And now the depth part. Now as you see, there is some relief from the top. So y is the depth, so we say y minus 10 mm short from the front and 15 mm from the back. So this becomes my value for y, and then I choose a grain. Here again I am applying a color 1. Here friends, you can also choose a particular color. If you want a fixed color, let us say you want your sides to be black, always black, so you can choose black color here. But here in this case we are applying the color which is given for the table, so it is color 1. The quantity will be 2 because it's right and left, and then match again number. Now again we are manufacturing this subassembly and we are saying it at modesty. Now let us say this top is having a protrusion of 10 mm on both sides, and x is the length of top. Then there is 15 mm protrusion on both sides. We reduce that, and then we also reduce the thickness of the sides, 18 minus 18. So this is my width for this modesty, and height, let us say it's fixed 450 mm. So again I choose the orientation, and then color again, color 1, choose the quantity, yes. And now let us come to the screws. So let us say we need screws for this assembly. So we say orientation is none here, color is none here. Let us say 20 screws we would be needing to assemble this. Number. Now here you see drawers are also there, so let us make the drawer also. So again we use 18 mm sub assembly, and we would be needing one more. So here again we are manufacturing this, and this is a drawer bottom, and this will be my drawer side. Let's say drawer box side. So why is my depth? Why? And my sides were 25 mm short, and then we give for the thickness minus 25, then the thickness of the modesty, and then 10 mm relief from the front. So this is my length for the drawer bottom, and width, let us say we are making it 400 mm wide. So 400 minus 18 mm for the side board. And now the drawer box side, it will be same as the bottom, y minus 25 minus 18 minus 10, and let us say the height of the drawer is 450. So this way we have created a bill of material of the table outer structure. So now let us save this. Now let us see it again. My BOM structure has been saved. Now let us inspect this structure in a BOM tree. So first I collapse this. Now see this. My top, side, modesty, drawer bottom, screws, and drawer box side. So you see this length, width, they have already come here, and all the parameters I can see here. And now let me expand this sub-assembly for you. You see, in this sub-assembly we have 25 mm PLPV board, which is used for top, and x minus 4, this is a formula already defined in the sub-assembly. So it has already converted this and reduced the size for the cutting size of the board. And then here you see, and it has applied the color also from the top, it has applied the color also. And then you see a conversion formula and see the unit. Now this particular size will not be available as a raw material. So here, for selecting raw material quantity, we are making use of area, square meter. We have chosen a unit area. And now this becomes my conversion formula for converting this component quantity into area. You see this conversion formula. So this calculation will be applied at the time of calculation of raw material. And then you see screws are there, and then the PVC strip You see all around, and some factor for the wastage is there, and then this is the calculated component quantity for this item. Now let us see for 18 mm PLPB. Here again you see PLPB board is there. It has already taken calculations, color and conversion formula, and for PVC strip also it has taken used the formula to calculate the quantity. So this way we have checked the BOM tree also, that all my calculations are going properly. You can check in all the items here. So after this BOM tree we go to item root. Now item root is where we define where this item is going to be used. So first let's edit it. Now let us choose the operations. So my top is going to be used in assembly. I will choose assembly, and packing also. Then I choose side also. Again I will choose assembly. Here also again I will choose assembly. The screws will also go in my assembly. Drawer bottom will also go into assembly. And drawer side will also go into assembly. And okay, we have forgotten that after edge bending is done, and when this item comes into shape, we have to do drilling also. So let us add drilling also. Drilling is not yet defined, so what we'll have to do is we'll have to create a drilling operation here. So we'll quickly create a drilling operation. Here. So we have defined the drilling operation. Now we again go back to our item, desk study. We go back to item root, and again edit this. series of drilling. So first order we'll have to change, so drilling and then assembling. So we'll again add drilling in all this. Now we save this. Now we go to the operation C and see how our operations have been applied. So we first collapse it and see. So these are the items in my BOM, and here you see we have defined this. Drilling is appearing but assembly is not appearing. So let us check again. Something is wrong, so we again save it again. So now see, drilling and assembling both are appearing. Now we expand this 25 mm. Now you see, when we had defined this subassembly, we had already defined the operations which were inside it. So you see, cutting and packing, edge bending, so these are already defined. And for 18 mm also, again you see operations are already defined. So this makes the task really very easy, and because you need to define operations only for the main item, and for the sub assemblies and its child items, they are automatically applied what has been defined in the sub assembly. I hope this gives you a lot of clarity how to create BOM and how to create item root. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much.